on every reality. Share your stories and let's debate over great music and so much more wherever you are. On The Brunch, we talk about everything, and I mean everything.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to The Brunch Show, your favorite show on Radio 597.1 FM. And today we are back like we never left. I want
just a small break.
Just a small break. And I hope your weekend, you thought about us, what we spoke about last week. And today again, we are doing a bit of revision, but this topic entails everything we spoke about changing, about making choices, and we are going to dive into the topic of choices and decisions. Yeah. But before we go, I am Koroma and
I'm Brigitte Dalton-Sesay.
And we have guests in the house. We have Mr. Pastor. Sorry.
LAHAI.
And
Today's neck and neck. Let's see how the conversation will go.
Let's see. So as we always do, the verse for today is from Proverbs 4:26 to 27. It says, "Give careful thought to the path for your feet and be steadfast in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or to the left. Keep your foot from evil." Don't be indecisive, left or right. Be sure on your path you're going. And the quote for today is from?
The quote is from Fanny Flagg, and she says, "The decisions you make today will determine the stories you tell tomorrow." Beautiful. I love that.
So as you all know, you're listening to Radio 597.1 FM. If you are listening from your radio, just know you can also see us on your phone. Just visit the Facebook page, Radio 55, and the website, www.55.live. And now we go straight to the topic. No wanna waste time. You can leave your comments under the Facebook page, or you can call the second hour. We just want to lay basis for the conversation, and Yusuf can give you input and opinion. So stay by your radio or your phone and not gonna say. So today we'll talk about choices and decision. And some man go say, okay, Asabi, exactly what choices and decision mean. Now what I did do and the rest. But for just simplify, choices now the available options we'll get. Like some, it can be good, it can be evil, or it can be bad, but it's available to you.
Options,
The options are there. So it left to you now, or choose that option in a particular situation. Any option, it can be.
Yeah, just like the choice to do good or bad. It's a choice that you make. But like you say, the two of them are available, and God has given us free will to choose. He's definitely given us like a rule of thumb, which is the Bible, which guides the choices that you make. But He still left it open to you to decide whichever one you want to go down, and whichever one you choose, then live by it.
Anyone may choose. Now you get it, just go ahead.
Consequences.
So even in those choices, it can be an opportunity presented, and the risk left to you for taker. So sometimes you go take the opportunity, they end up say it didn't turn out the way it should be, or it turned out the way exactly it should go.
Yeah. So like an example of that, I would say is if you were given an option, the option was made available, or the opportunity to make more money. So we'll talk about that in the last week. Say your colleague come to you, say you don't, see an opportunity or window outside, and they're able, make more money for a short period of time. You got to weigh out the options because you got to decide and say, well, if I decide for do something that is fraudulent or that's part of corruption or stealing, that I definitely would have to face the consequences later, which is the risk that you're talking about. So you have to assess the risk. Are you willing to go through that risk? So man can just take the decision. They are aware of the risk, but they don't want to let the risk happen to them, if that makes sense. So they're like in twofold. And then, the second part where you explain. Oh, okay. Another choice, for example, is deciding what you want to do in life. like we spoke about last week, some man can just after high school for decide waiting actually for study. Some man can just go with the flow, which the Bible they tell we say don't go. Like you need to decide which path you're going. Some people then they choose the studies because of them paddy. Or because like them best friend they do the same course. That means I get company now. Why I want to do the degree? But degree is not about company. You need to decide like what you want for doing life, and if this course where you choose, if not in they lead you to that path where you want to take exactly. So like that are the two-way opportunity and risk assessments examples that way can happen in life anyway.
I don't know if you go add any other thing.
Being a pastor, so many people can ask me why God decide for put the tree of the knowledge of good and evil in the Garden of Eden. I can always say, if God say don't give with free will, that means we forget the ability for make choice. And if there is no choice available, then I truly don't have a free will. And so God always give me the ability for make a choice or tests with free will. If that engine way put inside, you still know. And so the option left up to you now for actually decide on which path you go follow. The one will go lead to destruction. One thing is certain: every choice carries a consequence. And so either it lead to your betterment or it lead to your destruction. So you get for actually sit down and weigh the choices were available. Not just rush. Some choices look very beautiful, very attractive. That was the case of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. It was beautiful for the eyes, and it was good for wisdom or knowledge, right? As far as Satan made it look to Eve. But at the end of the day, it was to be the downfall of man. And so weighing the choice is very key as then they present themselves to you.
All right, thank you so much. I don't know if you go and add on anything.
Yeah, I mean, for me, each person will be choice always there. The choice. So a decision to choose among
the choices.
You understand? Then you live by it. So for me, decision are the action where they come off from choice. So when you want to take that decision, either it's correct or it is wrong.
I like that multiple choice.
Whatever the case may be, you have to deal with it.
I tell you, well, that's the exam where they don't give me multiple choice. We're not easy for make.
At times you get for do thing.
You're not sure.
That's only possible in an exam hall. But when it comes
to I even discover say like life generally, break down life, it's filled with choices. Filled with so many choices, and it's left with us to make a decision. But the decision you make depending on the knowledge you have, foundation you have, what you have behind you. Because I tell people that even people they really smoke, they are making that decision based on a particular back. There is something motivating. So whatever it is, good or bad, there is always a foundation or a backdrop. Look back when those decisions.
I can also say that decisions are also made based on what you're seeing ahead. Yeah. I would even love that your decision is made based on where you're going. Where you really want to go. It's very important. Backed up by what you have seen in the past. For instance, I saw myself struggle growing up as a child. I saw the difficulties I had to face. And I said to myself, my own child will not have to go through this. So it informed the decisions I made right through life. And so very early, I had to begin to make some very strong decisions that maybe people my age would not make because I was driven by that one fact.
I want to hear more about that. I want the two of you to give us one decision that led to something good and one bad great decision. Well, it was a learning curve anyway because you had to learn from it. If you can give us one. Because the listeners then they listen right now. The lecture they give me, but one is story part.
Okay, this one might be a very interesting one.
Okay.
When I started to ask, I was in Bo. Had to ask, and we were supposed to travel to Canada, so I had to travel to Guinea and fight and all that. I didn't go through. I came back. My friends had gone ahead of me, and so a man of God was doing some home sale at our home. I joined him. He had a business. I had to join him at the business, just trying to serve. And I was working at the business, and the business flourished. The man of God took notice. But ever since you came, something has really been happening. Like Joseph, I'm Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph.
And so there came a time when it was about time for me to go back to the university. But I had been so good in this business. It was building and construction business.
Okay.
And the man said to me, Joe, let's come and talk. I want to open a shop for you. That's hundreds of millions of leons at that time. Can open a shop, set it up for you. When you get my money back, the business is yours.
Okay.
Or you can decide to go to the university.
Hard choice. What you see now versus what you don't see.
Exactly. So that was such a decision to me.
Yeah.
I've started seeing the money. There was money in this thing. But yet I also have something in my mind. I want to be, let me break news. I want to become the president of Sierra Leone. I can't be the president. Nice. So I looked at that. I could get the money now, but I may not be able to attain that dream. And so I said, sir, I want to go to the university. And they gave me my first money to come buy my form. And I had to head out to Fabric College. And
looking back,
it was a great decision.
Okay.
Because probably the business could have failed.
Yeah.
The man is past now. Even his own business is now closed. And that business could have failed. But because I made the decision to come to Fabric College, got educated, got my degree. Well, even though I did not use the degree, I immediately became a pastor, but I became a better pastor. And the results I get as a pastor are way, 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 way beyond what my equals get because maybe I was properly trained.
Yeah.
And it gave
and you're
me,
also industrious.
gave me an edge. So
give us one that didn't go quite well.
One that didn't go
Yeah, even from your childhood, any decision that you would have made before that did not go down so well.
Can I take some time to think about it?
Mr. Next President.
I don't know what that guy for go before him compete.
So I recently made the decision to enter politics.
Okay.
2023, and I'm happy to hear that. I'm not alone in this journey. It's beautiful for me. I want as many believers as we can get into this thing because it will help. That's a decision I made as well. For me, I've been quite privileged to grow in a family that my parents are clergy men and women, and so most of my decisions were informed by the knowledge I grew up having from them. So I would say one of the toughest decisions I have made over the years was to get married. Yes. I got married at 24.
Okay.
And by the grace of God, we're going 5 years now. And it was a tough one. And most times when people ask me, how come? What happened? I sincerely can't place my hands around it. I know it has to do with destiny. It has to do with purpose. It was a tough one because I had issues with my mom
Okay.
who did not have a problem because she already knew my capacity. But at some point, I was even doubting myself if I'm making the right decision. It was in there. But looking today, I am so confident that I thank God that I made that decision. But I tell you, man of God,
Tell us.
if that decision was not made, I think the trajectory I'm taking, I might probably would have taken
Wait.
it.
Yeah.
Because for me, one of the most challenging thing a man could ever face, aside from power and money, is with the female gender, which comes with a lot, especially for a young man who is well focused and knows what he wants to do. So that decision was one of the toughest I had to make, and there were a lot of options. Especially at that age of mine. It was a tough one to make, but yeah, my succeeding in that particular area of my, thank God. I'm just privileged,
They inspire me.
That's for guys who have refused to.
Yeah, because you hear a lot of things. People say you need to be financially equipped, which I don't have a problem with. That's actually true. You need to be emotionally intelligent. You need to be, of course, spiritually bogus. But I thank God that at a very early age of mine, I started taking very tough responsibility. Very tough. So again, just as you said, there are two angles to making decisions. Looking where you're coming from
And where you're going.
and where you want to go. So at a very, very tender age of mine, I already had plans. I already had, trajectory for myself. People, back then when we were in children's church, Sunday school, people used to call me proud. People used to call me, I don't mingle.
I don't mingle.
But at the end of the day, I just saw myself different. You understand? Because I knew I had a peculiar pathway. You understand? I had to break friendships because there are certain levels I had to reach, and I know that this friend is not for me anymore, so I had to leave. So from those early stages of mine, I had to make these little decisions, up to where God is taking us. And I know there are a lot of difficult decisions that will come on the way to the top. But I mean, I think that would be one of my toughest decisions that has turned up to be very, very good for
What about the bad one?
Not to that
Make a remember one story, short one, before maybe we go cancel the bad one. Once I went to a place and they introduced me as a pastor, a young pastor. I had not even become like this yet. A very young pastor. And a lady looked at me very well. And she came closer and said, "Are you really a pastor?" I said, "Yes." "Really?" I said, "Yes." Look where boy picking waist. He said, "Look where boy picking waist." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "What do you mean a waist?" He said, "Do you know the kinds of things you could have enjoyed? You got on pastor." So when he was saying he got married early, it's that's what some girls will be telling you. Look where boy picking waist. But at the end of the day,
I've had people tell me that I should have waited for them.
I'm really trying to think hard on what decision I made that didn't quite turn out so well.
Well, for me, it was not a huge decision. It was recently, I think you know about this already. I had some money. I had plans to buy a particular asset, and for some reason I decided to change the money to dollars. That was one
bad idea.
Well, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. This just happened in October last year. changed the money. Counted the dollars. It was dollars.
Look nice.
Yes.
Felt good.
In my bag. And the truth is, the Holy Spirit was telling me not to.
Well, you didn't listen.
Yes, choice. I had to make the decision. No, this makes sense. If I work out this Baku, but if I change them to the basically I will work out. And went to McKinney, did my bath and sat down trying to settle things down.
Hey.
Opened my bag.
Hey.
What I saw, there was something. All the dollars turned black.
Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am.
Amazing.
All turned black.
That's cool.
And in my mind, I wish I didn't change this money.
Wow.
I wish
so
I did.
sorry.
So that was one of the. I think that's the one I can remember. I think I still have these papers. I thought of keeping them. Probably one day they will change. I'm just hoping.
Don't feel bad. A man once told me, when you face experiences like that, take it as though you just paid a school fee for knowledge. So it's never a loss.
Well,
it's just that you paid your fees for knowledge.
I am schooled better in that area.
That's street.
That was tough.
Yeah.
You know, I can't remember how many times I've told myself I wish I could have not.
Stop wishing.
But it's way gone now.
It's school fees.
God is good.
Next time you know what to do. I think the one I could remember now has to do with I think it was a business decision I made. I wanted to go into business, transportation business, and I went and bought this bus. That I wanted to be running, as a pastor, have something on the sidelines. But my God, that boss ate more money than he bought. So much that I had to give it away. I had to give it back to the person whom I bought it from. Free of charge. It's okay.
When you spoke about this, I got to remember because I don't know why we have a lot of things in common. I also love transportation. I've loved transportation for the longest time.
Yeah.
So I think it was 2021. I had this offer to buy a taxi. Yes. And because I was so enthusiastic to do it, I failed to do the diligence. My God.
Just jumped.
So, and the price was quite...
I'm telling you.
It was cheap, I would say.
Cheap with problems.
That's what the problem is.
I bought that car, my brother. To take the car from the place I bought it took 3 days to it took 3 days. I spent close to 10,000 now on that car. Do you believe that I didn't reap any fruit? I had to sell that car 500 leots.
Are you serious?
500 leots. Because I was tired at some point. Let me just give this away. And that 500,000, it was... I sell them to them guy that we can do spare parts. They broke the guy I sell at 500 and 350. So that was another decision. We went back.
I'm telling you, I had just gotten married at that time. And, I did not want my wife to come and be struggling for finances and stuff. I said, let me invest into this one. I spent all
You
my
must invested
savings.
into you.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm like, what am I doing? My wife was so mad at me. Give this guy. So I had to give it away. Something that was supposed to come and solve our problem became a problem. So I said, no, let's get done with it. Yeah, so that's it.
If you're just joining the show, this is the brunch here. on Radio Fry Fry. If you wonder like wow, they can laugh at us one other than they can talk. This is not the brunch, and today we'll talk about choices and decisions. And we guest them inside the studio to share their own experiences about a wrongful choice or decision, that was made versus a correct one that they reaped something from it. So they were just sharing from their past experiences. I should say, like we all don't go through something similar. For you in the beginning, it was a deciding factor number one as to like you were given two weighty options, like you to run this business way like you so good at, and everybody like the possible way they run the business for, they say like this business get a full potential versus going to study. And then a tough one, no, because like we say like the one way they see now, you can see the money now versus the degree.
And why you go college for money?
I've not seen it yet, but he still made a decision, and he has not regretted his decision. He decided, you know what? I know business. I know that it works. So let me go with my other choice because that's where my passion is. That's where my drive is. I want to do it. So he went ahead and did it, and he has not looked back since then. He still has the skill sets of doing business. And our second guest inside the studio. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Cynical and academic, and Baloba is richer.
Exactly. No, it's true because like sometimes we think that academics is the only thing. But when you look at people who have been wealthy or who are wealthy, not rich, wealthy in the world, it always has to do with a skill that has been endowed to them by God. Sometimes it doesn't need to be practiced. You just need opportunities to come about, and then you realize that, oh, okay, I'm actually really good at this thing. I didn't realize. So that's the part of life that we all have to go through. And some people find that very difficult to find. They're like, oh, God bless this other person. Me, not give me nothing. Not give me no gifts. It's like, some gifts are tangible. Like you they see I'm playing music,
guitar,
singing. Those are tangible things. And then there are other gifts that people have that is not like that. It could be that you know how to bring people together.
You're right.
Or it could be that you understand figures a lot more than somebody else, and so you can foresee in terms
Outcomes.
of like outcomes. In terms of outcomes, what decision to make. Or it could be a gift of, I don't know, counseling.
Like people talk to you and they're okay.
Yeah,
feel so
like
okay that
there's
you're
so
so
many
good.
different gifts.
Yeah.
It's just that you're comparing your gift with something
That's tangible.
that's
you can
tangible
see.
that you can see.
You're
And
right.
if I like when I was growing up, I put myself in that bracket because I tested everything because I was like, listen, it's not possible to say all man get gifts, me I not get gift to. It's not possible.
That's right.
So I was trying different things, and I was like, man, I wish I could draw. When I was in arts class, the pictures that I'll see, the arts that I'll see, I'm like, hey God, why you not bless me with this kind of silence? Then I'll go to a music class to go learn an instrument, and they see how other people then they play. I say, me.
It's into me.
I was like, let me try singing. Try singing, nothing. I'm like, you know what? I don't think God gave me a gift. And then I realized an opportunity came for me to do somebody's hair. I never do hair before. But Joe plants me no more easy. Me I not sabi plant, so I never do. I said, no, just try. And when I did try, I was able to do it because I've seen people do it before.
Wow.
And so then I realized that I actually have a skill with my hands. And so sometimes it's opportunities presenting themselves for you to figure things out. And then later on in life, I've realized that I'm actually quite skillful in having people around. Like I know how to bring people together. I know how
Which
to
is such a
motivate
good
people.
gift, yeah.
I know how to push people. But if you ask me when I was growing up, I would have never said those things because I didn't see it. So sometimes you may not see it now.
Yeah.
But when opportunities present themselves and then you take those opportunities, you get to realize that, oh, okay, I'm actually quite gifted or skilled in this. It's all part of making choices and decisions. And the latter part that you guys have already explained about decisions is that it's a commitment. when you choose that path, you have to be fully committed to it. If not, it's a half-weighted decision because you didn't really make a decision. You just wanted to see whether it will work or not. But when you make a full decision, it's a full commitment. So whether it's going to go well or it's going to go not so well, you're going to ride it because you have made that commitment, you've made that decision, and you're going to live by whatever consequences or risks that happen. And a lot of us don't do that. We believe that when we make choices or decision, it should always have a very good outcome. But in all the conversations we've had with several different people, and including the likes of yourself, failure is part of the decision that you make. And there's nothing wrong in failure because it allows you to, your eyes to be open and for you to see a different perspective that you were never looking at. Mary gave the example of like the lights that we're enjoying today. All around the world, globally, everybody's enjoying lights. It took over 100 trials for the light bulb to come on. If that person who has made that decision to say, I'm going to ensure that no matter what, this thing must come on. If they didn't make that decision, then the rest of us maybe would have taken a couple more years before we arrived at having a light. But it took somebody failing and still sticking to their decision that no matter how many times I fail, 100 times, do you know how long that is?
That's a
to
lot.
fail something 100 times, the persistence that you have. Some of us will try 1, 2, 3. Like, I don't give up, safe. I don't move on. Let me choose other. We're so quick to move on. And the other day we had conversations about somebody not being double-minded. That when you see a crack in your decision that you've made, you should not be swayed to automatically switch because you end up being unstable because you're not actually making any decision at the end of the day. The options are there, the choices that we see, but you're not making anything tangible to move forward with. And so you become a very unstable person. So like for you, Pastor, when the opportunity came for you to run a business, if you had seen a slight crack where it wasn't working, you switch.
Come back to business.
Yeah, or you do something else, and when that doesn't work, you switch. Or like for you, for example, the moment you got married to your wife, the moment you saw something that you didn't appreciate or you didn't like, oh, I didn't foresee this, I didn't think that she was gonna be like this, you switch, you change, end the relationship, you start a new relationship. What's the point in keep moving on instead of just dealing with the issues? And so as people, like, we struggle to deal with issues. Sometimes we like to sweep it under the carpet, put it there for a while, and hope that it never surfaces, but it will come back. It will. That decision you have made, it will definitely come back. And so we have to be confident in the choices that we make. That yes, some will work very well, and some will not work very well too. And it's okay. Once you have options and choices, you can always change your decision depending on how far you have walked that path. You've assessed everything to now make a new decision. There's nothing wrong in making a new decision, but it's about knowing when to. It's not as soon as you see a crack. That's almost like someone who doesn't want to fail. There are lots of people that don't want to fail. They want to succeed in every choice or decision that they make, and failure is not part of those options that they make. And only when you go through life really teaches you some hard things. You realize that yes, failure is part of learning.
I was such a person who didn't want to fail. Well, those who have known me for many years now know one thing about me. I'm a dogged person. I want to succeed at everything. If I am there, it must succeed. In fact, that's one of my Sure. So, but the challenge with that most of the times is you don't get to try. Because you want to ensure that there is 100% chance that you're going to win here. So you don't get to try other things. And so you actually have 100% record, but just with few things. You never got to try so many other things. I realized as I grew up, I realized that I missed out on many chances because I was not willing to try.
Yeah, because you didn't want to fail.
If I just see that, even for instance, my friends thought I was an excellent with getting a girlfriend.
Okay.
I never miss. I can never miss. No way. I have to make sure that this woman wants me before I move. And so I never.
Assessor.
Yes. And so my friends always say 100%. No, it's not 100%. It's just I just don't try like they do it. They tried every woman. No, I don't. I did not want to have that record.
Yeah.
If I went in for this, I must get the result. And so many a times, the fear of failure can also be a limiting factor to a man's destiny.
Yeah. It
So
is.
if it's a good choice and something can come out of it, and you're not going to have to do something bad to do it, I think it's good to try.
Yeah.
There are limitless possibilities that you find some new trait about yourself that you did not know about.
Sure.
Now, I was a very, well, even up to now, I carry some of that. You notice that it will be difficult for me to talk to people, in as much as I'm now a public person. But if I come to a place like this, it will be so difficult for me to talk to someone. I'll say hi, I'll smile, and then go back to my. Someone has to break that my
Bubble.
in order to get to me. And when you get to me, you now know that this is such a sweet person.
Yeah.
But so you miss out on a lot of networking. I have a friend who is very good with that. He comes here, he knows how to connect, and he's just and he's going up for that fast, rapidly. And it's a skill I've been coveting. I need to get this right. So at times that failure, that fear of failure, it's also something we must deal with in choices, in making choices. I don't think I can do this. If I go into this, I'll fail. If I go into this, I'll fail. And because of that, they don't get to actually take the chances that are presented to them in life.
Yeah.
So all what we have discussed, main important thing I saw, especially in the first conversation, is the things that influence our decisions. Some people is their personal values, what they like what you have been taught in your family, how you grew up, you developed personal values that nobody can break through.
Yeah.
And some people, it's societal expectations. Especially people in domestic violence homes. They feel like, if I get out of this, what will society say? What will people say? So they make their decisions based on those expectations. Yeah. And some people, we find out that it's past experiences. Yeah. Maybe they're going to fail by business. Me, I need to do business again. I'm not doing it again. Because what they don't see, or maybe relationship, they had a failed marriage or failed relationship, and I just been
never fall in love.
Someone can say, love themselves, love their salon.
Why do I feel like this is an attack?
This is an attack. Love themselves, love their salon. Some people.
Oh my God. You know what some people are seeing is the fact that maybe love is in other countries.
No, love is everywhere. Love is everywhere. You just haven't found the love yet.
Okay. And some people, maybe it's their current circumstances, what they are going through now, and they make decisions based on that. So as we are talking here and we are talking to people listening, if those personal values are not correct or they are not right, they might you might make wrong decisions based on that. Especially people and we grow up in certain homes and they already don't develop personal things where it might not be right. Like you say, train up a child the way it should go. But me, I understand that verse differently because you not tell you say for trainer good or bad. So anyhow you train her, that's where they go. So if you want teacher now later after 18, if you can come on and also hear the course, that's the way they go. That's where you have to go. If parents and teacher that way, but if you teach her otherwise, like me, mama, you not get mind. You must you must go sus for that day. So now if person tell me bad words, I don't know how to respond to you because I cannot be in that same situation because of personal values. On someone it they dress in picking certain ways now. If forget to say that picking or grow up saying the right way and they for dress. Yeah. You can see picking they go party, they wear short thing there. And when they picking grab now, they say, that's the value we uphold in our home. So how can I change it? And you they talk to them, you're not going to feel about thing because from the home it was never bad. Yeah. So maybe you might be listening and those personal values or your past decision or experiences or societal norms are influencing your decision. I feel like you need for they can go to the next how they talk about owning your path because it's about you, not society, not your parents. Now you get for suffer then consequences. It's about you owning your path, and as you have said, it's I actually like what you talk the fact that the past, looking at the past and say, I know one day again. I don't make decisions or choices this far, it's not working out. So more look at the future, who's I want to go and whose path I want to take, and own up to it and be committed to those decisions you made along the way. Forget to say you want to go. So I don't know if
well, I love his example because like he said, he was young when he made the choice that he wanted to get married. Now externally,
friends, people,
his family, his mom was like, I'm not saying that you're not good at these things, but are you sure that you want to get married? Like now, you can still wait. And he was adamant about his decision to say, look, I know the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. And I know that this is the right decision. And it has taken time now for him to reflect and say, you know what? I will still stick to my decision. Whereas there's some people in his situation where he would have met somebody that he really loves and he thinks that this is the person I'm destined to be with. And then out of nowhere, you papa or mama or auntie, somebody go tell you, say, then first that tribe there, not to die, you know for carry with inside family, or you too young first, you need for settle things, you need for get a good job, you need for get this, you need for get that. And they, so like if they say, it's not like those things are not important.
Yeah, they are.
Of course, I'm not going to marry somebody's child.
I cannot provide for.
Yes, so I will be able to provide, but you see that success that I have not attained yet, and you say I should wait until I have attained that, I don't think I can wait for that. You know why? Because I will miss out on this other opportunity that I have, and so I'm going to stick this and we'll ride together and go arrive at success. So I love his example that he gave because he was very adamant, and a lot of young people nowadays find it difficult to stick to their choice. It doesn't matter what your parents say. Once you know it is the right choice, it's the right decision you're making, you should go ahead with it.
And especially when it comes to those choices, once now you make her, you know, see get for stick by them. But if you are being influenced, you say, now you be saying I choose that person, now you be saying I make this decision. So you start pushing the blame, which is where we are going next.
That's on your part, right?
On your part.
When you were speaking, I just got to think. I mean, for viewers looking at us and listening to us, for me, one thing I've known this life, whatever decision you make, it should be sponsored by your why.
Why?
The reason,
Anytime there's no purpose, there's no why. That just business.
No.
That just go college and go do this degree normal.
Bad idea.
It's just big.
We
always need to find a why. The reason why, man of God, is that a why solidifies. It embodies passion. It embodies purpose. It embodies future. Because you make the decision based on what you have seen, based on what is in front of you. I will give this example. When 2019, I launched my first book. And during the course of doing it, I already know that one of my giftings is writing. And I had a lot of backstabbing, a lot of, disappointment here and there. But I was so focused. I've never done a book launch before. What I did, went to YouTube, did my research, search on how a book launch would be done. Did a lot of background check, get as much knowledge as I could get by then. And I remember this. I went to meet, it's a government institution, and they are actually there to support young writers. And I went there, and my name was boldly written there, Daniel Jonathan BANGURA. And the guy brought some tribalistic questions to me that really hurt me. But it didn't hurt me to go back and sit down. It hurt me to a point that
give you more drive.
Say, no, I have a reason. There is something within that I believe that this is going to bless. If now one life safe, I know it's going to impact somebody. So I owe this to myself. I owe this to myself to make sure that this is done. So if now I am right, I do a lot of things within the art space. I write because I'm in music. I'm also into movies. I'm all into these things, and any of the drive I take, I always want to first of all have a reason. What's the end goal? What do I want to achieve at the end of the day? When I capture that,
done.
It is done.
No letting go.
Except for working at that marketplace where everybody has their opinion. I always make sure that my opinion, the opinion I had from the beginning, nobody sway me away from it. So I think that is what young people and people generally need to look at. You need to first of all make sure that within you, you know, you believe in what you have been called convinced. Or what you want to achieve before you even step into making the decision. Because it's okay. The Bible says in the midst of counsel, there is safety. It's fine. You meet people, ask for their advice, ask for their opinions, fine. But make sure your why is dogged. You are so confident in what you believe. Because the moment you are unstable, you meet Mr. Y, and Mr. Y will tell you that, well, you can change and so small, or you make them so small, and that's where you start. By the time you reach the end,
you don't know what you want to do again.
You know what you want to do. But what you do is not even the original idea. Everything is missing. That's why we lack uniqueness in our generation. We don't have things that are unique to people. And in another school, there is a thing of not let me left for copy. Don't left for one for FIBA this. The Bible says those that compare themselves to themselves, they are not wise. Just like you were saying, the examples you gave, because somebody else they sing this certain well that way you say, I know me papa. If I don't do, I don't get this. I don't reach success. If I don't preach like this, if I don't teach like this, if I don't draw like this, if I don't do it, I don't reach the market.
And you lost your path.
You lost your path. Where it will be, it's a simple thing that God has placed in your hands. The problem is we always want with the equip, with the try for way giftings. Because probably you just know how to hold pen, and this person know how to use the pen. You know how to embrace the fact that holding a pen is a privilege.
Exactly.
It's so very valuable. If I don't hold the pen, this
how the person they
right. So when we appreciate a distinction, it also helps in making the decision and embrace the path of the decision we don't make. You know,
So when they talk, you make remember the story of the talent. So they say, you just say God know we all. Then he watch you pick, give you one. Then for all that one, they know say you don't get better sense for you and do business. And you prove I'm right. You go dig, you go dig, you go keeper. So owning your path, it means say, like how you say, no matter what people and say, regardless of waiting people and say or distraction, because me a victim of that. They most times I make an tell people what I want to do next, because as I tell person so the idea then they bokute. I the lost my own main idea. Like what was I thinking again?
Everybody gets.
And not to consider all the idea that you know go buduamo. But you why waiting at the end goal. Yeah, okay, wait you talk. I go budua. The person tell you back say, you budua, and then the way you go budua if you put it under sabi you back say, hey, this is sabi me. So at the end of the day, because one, what you're capable of, your capacity at that moment, maybe you don't watch that and you know exactly what you're capable of. But other person, they can sway you now because if outside, because maybe waiting they see from the external factor, now all that you're capable of. So at the end of the day, you know you end up doing nothing because one, you know, I feel the person expectation where expectation comes in. Then two, you go say, maybe you go the wait. I need to learn more for reach this person particular expectation. At the end of the day, you do nothing. So yes, sir.
One of the places who say external expectations really rife. I think not even in the pastoral ministry, the pastor, as far as I don't experience in decisions them majorly based on the people. Everything we do now, once you it's almost majorly based on the people. Are you able for dissect that one day, knowing which one is my decision? Because like I know they say, owning the decision very important, because when you own the decision, you're able to take responsibility.
Exactly.
You're able to take responsibility. You're able for transfer blame. You know, say when this failed, it failed on my terms. And if it succeeded on your terms. So it's very important that you're able to dissect. Yes, there are expectations. There are people looking up to you. There are people who you do not want to disappoint. But yet, you get to make sure, say, the pressure of the expectations of people. Can you imagine? Okay, for instance, I decide, say, at a certain point, I just decide to park motorcar. I don't think say I need a motorcar now. I park motorcar first. I mean, just buy motorcar, buy this motorcar, buy that motorcar.
Pastor forget motorcar.
Because pastor forget motorcar. You know, when they invite me a lot, I had to go for go. At least, then they respect you. I look at them. My life is going backward. I'm driving cars. I'm going back. So when I do a park motorcar first, now my office then go to bike them. That's how I don't begin work at some point. And then when I go take the bike them, we admin. No, pastor, you're a big man, you don't need bike. I saw that tell you. Give me bike.
I need this bike.
So amazingly, when I start for use bike, that's when I begin for now invest into things we matter. So I realize that this money be they go for nothing. Because I see this other motorcar, low buy this motorcar. My wife say, low buy motorcar, low buy this other one. It's fine.
And motorcar
I feel big, you know. But at the end of the day, I was wasting my life and not investing in things that really matter. Things that why I want for appease the expectations of people out there. I land on the very early. And I begin for change my trajectory. And I realize that I begin for do things were really, really important. Long-lasting investments were really good before serve me. And so at times that expectation from others, they drive people a lot. Young man or young lady, I can teach this always in the church. You don't need human here now. If you need sleep with 4 or 5 men, forget the human here. That means you don't need that.
You don't need that. What's up with it?
If you need understand? Then you hate something. If you need for trust, for you get iPhone, you don't need them. That's all it means. It means you are being driven by
the material thing.
Outside expectations. You want to fit in. And that desire to fit in has driven a lot of people into wrong decisions or wrong choices. Because you just want to fit in. We think we'll make able for day and decide we side Danny then they talk. You know?
People are like that. Some people are like that, yeah.
The fact that they have not called you where Danny and others are talking means you have room to build on yourself. Maybe at the time when you will rise, you will come way above where Danny and others are. So take time. Don't be too pushed by people's expectations. They lead into very, very long
decisions. That's so true. So just before I come in, when you talk, I just realize decisions are not even made when it is ambiguous. The small daily.
Yeah. What to wear.
Insignificant measures.
I tell colleagues in my uni, I tell them, say, they don't send you lunch because I have a lot of kids them with and people that can left na me and they don't send you lunch of 500 leos within 1 week. You don't done. The decisions you make.
Chicken and salad.
Then they'll do the one.
You were the manage.
Jesus give me 6 million.
What did they do? 6 million.
You cannot handle
500.
So these are the little.
Responsibly.
And God is a very good CEO. You know, they left in company to pursue make a manager. So you be kind to God. God help me. God give you small. Then God make them bless you 10 million. Just 10 million. By the time they move from here to here,
done.
10 million
Finished.
So these are the little decisions we make on a daily way. I believe say when you begin to deal with the little ones, when the big one comes, you're able to handle them. So young people need for able for die to self. And die to people's expectations.
Sure.
We are too quick to think about what
people say.
What will people say? To be honest, I usually say that identity problem, identity crisis.
Yeah,
Because when I realized, when Peter said
Lower
that
self-esteem.
I am a peculiar person, I'm a royal priesthood, I'm a holy nation, a choosing policy out of how many billions sperm cell? Me come on, then me. We go don't give me an idea. I be here watching that myself. That battle, Leo, that we're asking you about. I win. You are not telling me that I am not worth it. I am not this.
It's a lie.
When ladies go through this every other day, I'm like, don't you know what God has said about you? You see, or the manufacturer don't tell you what I make you. Then somebody when now you call products. They can't be fine.
Never intimidate you.
The small decision. If you don't get any benefit for come out and spend money, now you left the host. From your host to a junction of us, you they spend money.
Yeah.
If you don't have anything will impact through you, they come out for not come out. So man they grab it, they grab it. It they go anything for whole friend party. When we friend party, but could talk. The way they go by, they begin to ask party. So I'm not get to you see these decisions, these are the little things, but God will help us.
If you dey listen to, I just they laugh. If you just they tune in, this is not Radio 45. The brunch show, okay, bring come to you every 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. They can go on a short break, or they can open the phone lines on 088971971, and we'll come back. You can call, give opinion, suggestion, or ask question. Maybe you want to know how to make decision or how to turn certain bad decisions so you don't make to a good one. So stay by you, radio, not go no side. The conversation they get sweeter as we are going. We're not going on a break, but we have to. So, but we'll be right back. Stay
It's a
tuned.
good decision.
It is. We'll be right back.
People go laugh, go grab and quick, get you back. They say family sick, they bending all the go. Not the go. They say family sick, they bend. Not the go.
From eastern to western, now we the people and defend. From Freetown to letter, if I'm taking out the pen. From Barclays Bank, now Rocket Commercial Bank. Now we na master Sabi, now we the top the charts. Experience it. 25 years, not to 25 days. Internet banking there. Digital banking with the top.
They say family sick, they bending all the go. Not the go. They say family sick, they bend.
Michelle Group of Companies is reliable, competent, and trustworthy in providing quality service to its wide range of clientele. Through Mishcom, we provide premium internet service, secured data connectivity, VLAN and VOI over stats and fiber to mining industries, enterprises, hospitality industries, banks. We also provide fiber to home, point-to-point, and satellite backup for Freetown and provincial regions. Through our Michelle Security Agency, called MSA for short, we provide a wide range of services that brings safety, security to our clients. Our services include Staff Guard, which also includes access and control room, customer service security, roving, mobile control, and many more. For more information, visit our head office at number 10I Sasame Lewis Road, Freetown, or call +232 73 554 616 or 232 32 554 616. Michelle Group of Companies. We are the leaders.
Mama, you have some clothes?
Yes.
What do you they do?
I don't saw the scratch now. Now just the top number now left.
What do you mean by not so discard? Momo service don't start and they keep proceeding.
Give me 25 minutes, man. I just the top number. Wait.
Momo, I no get time.
Wait, 25 minutes. Now I don't.
Lights don't go.
Okay, mommy, you know waiting lights don't go. So wait, I won't go quick up like this junction. I'm go buy headset to put on.
Momo,
Give me 30. Give me 30 minutes and they can't quick.
Enter agent on Sunday. Momo, you not get free money.
I feel money.
Give me your meter number.
Oh,
You dey pay me money back.
what do you mean? 00.
Don't let lights out affect your work. Use AfriMoney to buy top up for your EDSA meter. Dial *161 *2 *2 *1 hash now and top up your EDSA meter anytime, any day.
Ah, mommy, the lights don't come. I feel money now, magic, mommy. Mommy, you tough, mommy. You kind of there.
Momo,
Make look.
AfriMoney, quick and easy.
Hey you! Be part of the Listening Radio every Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. to 12 midday for authentic conversations and sharing experiences on the brunch. For entertainment, join our Drive Time crew on Mondays for international and national sport updates. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays on The Drive with The Vibe for entertainment news and celebrity gossip. On Thursdays, entrepreneurship and mentoring. And to get you started for the weekend with top trending songs on the DJ's Vibe every Friday. All this from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Enjoy your Saturdays on the Fun Box from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for laughter, relaxation, and family moments. And no, we do not forget the little ones. Bedtime stories at 8 p.m. We measure our success by how we wow our customers and listening audience. Stay tuned, but this is Radio Fry Fry on 97.1 FM.
It's a new year, and your favorite show is back again with a bang. Say hello to Radio Fry Fry's mid-morning show, The Brunch, from Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. till 12 midday on 97.1 FM, live on our Facebook page, Radio Fry Fry, and on our website, www.fryfry.live. Experience and enjoy authentic, thought-provoking conversations on every reality. Share your stories and let's debate over great music and so much more wherever you are. On The Brunch, we talk about everything, and I mean everything.
Hello and welcome back to Radio Fry Fry on 97.1 FM, the show where to listen to. It's The Brunch. And we are here Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. to 12 midday. And we're here to inspire you, also to charge you, because we need you to understand that things have to change. And this entire 2025, we're encouraging everybody to rewrite your story. I think it's time for people to rewrite their stories. We've been living the same stories over and over again, going around in circles, and nothing is really changing much. So every single day inside this 2025, are learning lessons, life experiences from different people, so we can take those on board and then rewrite your chapter. I think today is chapter 11 that we're on, and chapter 11 is about choices and decisions. And all the other chapters before have dealt with choices and decisions, because you have to make a choice at the end of the day. Just like we're saying, to make the choice to rewrite your story, that's a choice and a decision. If you decide that you want to rewrite your story, it will be rewritten. If you decide that you're not going to partake and you're not going to rewrite your story, it's not going to happen. It doesn't matter how myself, Mary, or Daniel, or Pastor wants that for you. It's not going to happen because you don't want it. So life is about making choices and decisions. And some of these things, they carry heavy weight, some of the decisions that we make. And so you have to be careful the type of decisions that you make. Want to move on with the conversation? The phone lines are open on 088-971-971 for you to be part of the conversation. One for Yeri from Una. Please, Una, not allow we for talk another 1 hour they go on, because we already don't set the foundation of the conversation itself. But as we wait for let Una call, we read the verse of the day, the quote of the day, and then we'll go touch on some points whilst we wait for the calls and for come in. But we encourage you greatly to join the conversation. So the verse of the day is coming from Proverbs 4:26 to 27. It says, "Give careful thought." Give. It's a direction it's giving you. Give careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways. So like, what can they mass basically? Not mass anyhow. That's what God they say. You have to be thoughtful. This, if I take one step in front, take 2 steps sideways, those are the thoughtful. Like, what does that mean? Is there a purpose to this movement? Like some of us in our lives, even to navigate through life, we're roaming aimlessly. We don't have a purpose. And so you have to give a careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways. And do not turn right or to the left. Keep your foot from evil. Some of us, the choices that we make when we're turning left or turning right, we're not even bearing in mind that these are choices that are leading us into evil. Sleeping with 1,000 people is your choice. It's your decision. But decisions like that, stealing from somebody else, taking something that doesn't belong to you, being so envious that you want to kill somebody because of this particular thing that this person has attained, and you want it for yourself. These are the evils that we're talking about. Or even planning to ruin an entire business because you want to gain financially. Those are the evils that we're talking about. It's not just on a Satan. No. These are the things that you are doing with your hands, with your thoughts, that you need to rework. So that's what the Bible is encouraging us to stay away from such evils when we are making that thoughtful choice to take a step in whichever direction that we want to take. But we also have our quote of the day as well.
The quote of the day is from Fanny Flang, and it says, "The decisions you make today will determine the stories you tell tomorrow."
Oh, and I think a lot of people can live by this quote to say, like, some of the decisions I've made, they're able to tell like a lifetime of stories to anybody that they would want to encourage.
Some people's stories today are me disappointment every day. Me 5 man, they don't disappoint me. How did you get to the point where 5 man then disappoint you? You know, that's one thing. If I'll give an advice on relationships, you see, when someone does you wrong, it is not only the person that did wrong.
You also have
if you actually sit back and think, if you did everything you were supposed to do, you will not be where you are. If you did everything you were supposed to do, that person would not have done what they did to you. So when things go south, you should take time, sit and evaluate. What did I do wrong?
How did I contribute?
How did I contribute to this? Yes, the person was wrong. I'm not saying the person wasn't wrong. The person is very wrong. Let's say he was even an abusive person. But what did I do wrong? At times you say, I did not do wrong. I was trying to be nice. But did you take too much?
Did you ignore the red
flags? Did you ignore the red flags? So if you just learn from such things, you get to realize that it will not repeat again. I have been, can I say this? I've been heartbroken once, my life. And I said it will never happen again. And it never happened again in my life. Never, it can't happen. Because I tend to learn. I always take the lessons forward because they help you in your decision making. Now, when the guy came to meet you, you didn't even give him time to know him, and you were already sexually involved. Now that you're sexually involved, your judgment has been blinded. You begin to make excuse for the guy. And so all the red flags that show up, you don't have time to see them anymore because you are now sexually involved. And so you enter into a relationship where you are abused, where you are fighting for attention, and eventually the relationship breaks. And then you are wondering, this guy, men are all dogs. No, men are not all dogs. Something was wrong with your decision making. And so you continue to explain these stories of miseries and sorrow and all these things, and you refuse to learn. I always try to pull people's attention back. What did you do wrong? And when I ask that question, the first thing that goes to their mind is, I did not do anything wrong. I did not do this. What can a woman do? I supported him. I did that. I did that. I'll ask again. Think a little more. What about the guardrails you are supposed to have to ensure that you have a good outcome in a relationship? Were they up or were they down? That could be the thing you did wrong. But you don't see it as wrong. You see it as you are giving love. Yeah. No, it was wrong. Because entering into a relationship, you have to protect yourself. You're in a decision-making process, and you just give in, and it's like you are going for a contract, and you have to bargain, and then you have already given all your cards. How do you bargain in your own advantage? You wouldn't. Yeah, you can't. And so you have to. So that's one thing that many people don't look at. The stories you explain today are because of the decisions you've made yesterday. It's not because of what people did to you. It's because of your decisions you made.
I think that's a key one. You want to add?
Yeah, well, Proverbs 3, I think it's 5 and 6, it says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, lean not on your own understanding. In all thy ways, acknowledge the Lord. He will direct your path. As a believer, I feel one of the things people listening to us should want to do, is to always learn to seek the face of God in the process of making decisions. Yeah. I tell people, even in the school of marriage, change is constant. You will know someone today, but 20 years later, you don't have an idea. You don't have an idea of what that person will be like. Whosoever and whatever set of relationships you are in, business relationship, school relationship, or whatever, you don't even have an idea, or what probably even the degree that you are having or you're going to study. You don't have an idea if this degree will be useful in the next 40 years. Sure. You don't. But that's when God comes into play, because he has seen the end from the beginning. So what you do when you make these decisions, you go back to God and ask God for direction. Ask God to lead. Ask God to, just like the example I gave earlier, I not listen to the Holy Spirit. So I ended up, suffering the loss. So we should always make sure that as young people, we go back. Sorry, I'm saying young people a lot. I talk to a lot of young people. You should make sure that as listeners or viewers, make sure that you always go back to God for directions, because he's the best decision maker. He knows. Of course, he won't make decisions for us, but he will direct us in the way we should go. And we should also learn to kill self-gratification.
Hello? Sorry. Right. Hello? Good morning.
Hello, good.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and also the call you from, please.
This is Nahindolo again.
Okay,
call
Mr.
from
Hindolo.
the States.
Good morning.
Morning. Bit of follow up on the discussions today, and I know you know why when our topics it's so resonate with most of the things that we don't go through, and that nice because it's like the discussions can touch on as we can say everyday daily lives, and these discussions are there for really tell other people their life stories. I'm happy about the fact that these are not just makeup stories. These are life stories. These are like things that will happen to people so that others them not go fall on the same path or make the same wrong decisions. And in growing up in life, I can always like for tell me own story, because it's now something where me don't go through in our life. Making decisions. There are times where I would say, decisions can actually in our hands.
Yeah.
I get a famous quote with me. They always tell young people them that it's like you get spoon now you hand, or you get you 5 fingers them, and then person give you food. See, choose which one you eat with. If you eat with the spoon or if you eat with your hand, then in a decision. Some am say, okay, my eat with the spoon. Some go say, okay, my try me hand. That's a decision. Decisions are like life and death.
Yeah.
Now God no more tell we say choose. Now God give me a prime decision. It gives you and then say choose life. That day it was saved. But like you say, life and death it day before you. That is like your own decision. In real life, if you want to I can say, well, man make a calculated risk, man choose die, so tell God go save me. No. That's exactly sometimes what young people like can do. Young people them of nowadays I go say we know it's not just about calculated risk. We know say if we do this there will be repercussions.
Yeah.
There will be penalties for it. But we they still decide for that because we see other people that they make that decision they
Sure.
and then itself go ahead and do up. So decision sometimes it's not based on calculated risk because you already know the risk. So you know the calculator again because you know say if I do this and this could come out there. So like I would say as a young person, there are so many decisions that I don't make, yes. If not for God, like I know for even be on this planet, be like today. Because me na the kind person, yes, I know the follow crowd, no. But decisions that I've taken in the past, God literally tell me, say, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But I do them till a day and it gave me consequences. A negative effect. So because of that, just possible no say your decisions have consequences, they have repercussion. It's not that you did choose for do something and then you go scot free. No. Now like if person decide for commit crime, there are consequences for your actions.
There are.
For no say the third law of Newton says to every action
There's a reaction.
there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah.
So if I can put that in life context, the young people of today, the decisions we make is literally decisions that we know say there will be consequences to it. There will be repercussions to it. We know. But because we can fit in, because we the follow crowd, because we don't want the person tell we say, oh no, you different. Oh no, you foreign. You look odd among we. Because of those words, we defeat him. And I can tell young people them say, standing are exactly the opposite. In fact, when you're odd, when you different, when you're not in a crowd, that's what makes you unique. Because if you go some side, who say all my wear coats, all my wear white coats, and then you decide say, well, the dressing for this perhaps all man they wear white coat. Let me wear black bar, massive. I'm telling you, you go be the one way all man most people then go put hyper because you different. You self not decide for wear white coats. You just one good different. And that now that make if God dey call person for doing work, it dey make sure say you left faulty which you did do. You live in everything. That's what makes you different.
Yeah.
Because if you self say, well, I dey follow crowd, God they literally say, okay, go follow crowd. So tell you go follow crowd, your life no long like how the crowd in there your life long. So tell God will save you from something that you never knew. And then you go die. And then when something happened to you, we tend for blame God. No. You never knew that God was telling you, break away from them so that you be saved. But young people now, we all fit into the crowd. That's a decision. We don't make the decision. Person don't make the decision. And then another thing we are gonna like for talk about is most decisions when young people they take, they are not guided. Mentors not they. You not get person where you go talk to. You not get person where you go discuss with. Say na this I want do, or that this decision I want to take. Or perhaps there is no form of vulnerability. All mama make sense. All mama make bagbati. And being vulnerable is not bad. I can tell people then that being vulnerable just decide to it just left to who that you they go discuss your vulnerability or your decisions with.
Yeah.
So how many people them actually get mentors? How many people them they will then get somebody way in life experience their life? Not something we can tell other people them and people then believe say, okay, you've made wrong or you don't decide for correct things in our life. Can I trust you? Because mentors are people that are to be trusted.
Yeah.
But how many mentors or how many people in day in our life where one play the role of a mentor? And that's another thing. Because you go tell person you secret or you go ask person for decision and then tomorrow when you turn you back or you go see this person they do something where you know like or when you go be surprised. No. Mentors them now people them way them being conscious of where you life.
Yeah.
It's not about making wrong decisions, but they therefore believe say if I do this person when I'm in mentee, you not go like him. So you therefore think about the next match. Literally, you don't put yourself in the picture, say, me own decisions to other people them now. It's not just about you. But you don't extend to other people. So young people them need for the mentors. If you want to make decisions that like way, mentors will tell you say they are calculated risk. Mentors will tell you say there are risk involved. Mentors will tell you say, okay, if you do this is the result that you get. Now you not just they go no more, you go bought it and then you can go back. You go further aside for bought it, you go back. No. You say if you do this, where you go you bought it, expect this. But in the end, if you go back, you will see result. But people young people just believe say I go but made. I will get much experience. Their type of experiences are wrong experiences. They are stupid experiences. That way all the time, person can say, if I don't do wrong thing in our life, if I don't do bad thing in our life, I will get the experience now. Experience for what? Yes, it's not just about the experience, but literally you experience from be good experience, or even if not bad experience, you for able learn from am.
Sure.
But people they know they learn from the experience. They will just think and say, well, me a cyborg. I don't do bad in my life. So it not matter for me again if I do bad. No, your experiences must lead to result. So as a young person, we just can take and say, me are young. So
The
if I
young force,
do
yeah.
bad things in my life, I'm
Have
still
time.
young. You're
Yeah.
still young, you're going to 40, you're still young.
Say you still
Going to
going to
35,
40.
you're still young. Yeah. That's exactly how we put it.
Yeah.
But I can say nobody not young for die in their life. No. Nobody not young for die. Nobody. So our decisions in life is purely based on the notion that even God wants us to always make right decisions. It is like if I can put on this context, the love of the mother and the love of the father. Do you know it's different?
Sure.
Different as in, if I can put on this way, if person you young, let's say boy picking, you small, and then all they tell you the photo, all they tell you the photo na gone. You dey play you the photo. Mama e go like okay, e go dey coax you, dey belly, hey, hush, hush, hush. As you dey grow up na life, you dey grow up. Let's say you na 10 now, you dey go 15, you still dey for no more. You're still being playful. You dey for the mama in go dey understand say, hey, this time me don put on my belly for 9 months. Hush, hush, hush. Sorry. But the love of the father will tell you, stop falling, grab. So I will say the papa in your love, it's a disciplinarian love. The papa they tell you say, decide now, henceforth, not for the forum again. So it is like saying, stop falling. Because it's the same with God. God they tell people then I'll say, okay, you're not what a man, I understand. You go do wrong. But repent. When you repent, not commit that sin they again. So you now you get for decide. Say I know they do this again. But in real life, in real context, how many people them actually can decide, okay, I don't do this wrong. I don't need for do am again because now you don't get the full conscientization. Say I don't need for do am again. Now you've been educated that you don't need for do this again. But nowadays, I don't just understand the path of some young people because always their decisions is to do something that will have negative repercussions. Do something that we then being go no say, lad, in the end I will just say sorry no more and then we move on. No. Stop doing it. Stop. The key word now stop. But some young people, the key word is keep doing it and keep saying sorry. No, no. Me, I can tell, I can tell young people that say, me and a person growing up, I be very stubborn. I be stubborn bad. And that led to so many repercussions in my life, so many consequences. Things that happen. But when growing up, I understand that no, my decisions needs to shape me because decisions then they shape you. Now like clay. The more you knock that clay, the more you pull out the debris until you get the shape we want forget. So decisions they shape you. Your choices in life shape your life.
Okay.
So let people know say your decisions get for shape you, your decisions get for make you or break you.
Sure.
Your decisions in life then go give you experience for me you tell your story to other people so that they not go make them kind of mistake then they decide for follow the right path.
Indeed,
So
indeed.
thank you so much
Thank you
for
so much for
this.
joining us.
And then God will give you the strength for always continue.
All right. Thank you so much for joining the show, Mr. Hindolo. He calls all the way from somewhere where the time zone is completely different from ours, like 5 hours behind. But he always enjoys the conversations that we have.
Amazing.
And he always tries to call in and give his own take. Just like he's saying, just to extend from what he's saying, lifestyle choices are decisions that people make in Sierra Leone. And like he's saying, you keep the going at the wall, they bought you aid. Like some man, they make excuse. Oh, na the wall, 90 day, na poverty, na because I not get money, na because of this, na because of that. Like constantly, they get a response to why they should not behave correctly.
Yeah.
And now Mr. Hindolo, they say, you're not going to continue no more. They bought you aid, and then you say, but I experience. No, that's a stupid experience.
True.
Because you don't learn, say, wall did it. So why they
Several times,
continue
yeah.
for bought you aid? Rather than you think strategically and say, okay, there's a wall in front of me. How about I take a different direction and see what happens? And so, like, where it can to personal examples from around us. We've all seen examples, whether now school, now university, now workplace. Majorly where you can talk about choices and decisions, especially when it comes to shaping your life. And the emphasis can be more placed on a woman than a man, because of the lifestyle choices where like women them nowadays they make, or decisions they wouldn't they take. And some of these decisions they wouldn't they take, like Mr. Hindolo, they say, oh, are young first? No. There's no young first. Because like if you die today in the same scene way they inside, you know what tell God say, oh now because I be young first, like make I be the no, you not get that opportunity there. So the same way where you not able to say are young first, any decision you make, it's shaping you, like Mr. Hindolo they say. If you take the choice as a young woman to sell yourself for whatever material things or you want for attain things in life, it has shaped you. And so like and Pastor B they say, oh, all men are dogs. No, because you don't make certain decisions there, we don't reflect to you as if all men are dogs, does not mean that's how it is. You have taken decisions to be with people that you're not supposed to be with. And then now you've been with those people. Now you're categorizing everybody inside there. The same way as a man having the same experiences to say, oh, I don't date different women. All women then are cheats. All women then are this. All women, because you are choosing the same wrong people. Over and over again. And so that has shaped your thoughts. And you're conclusive now to say all women are like this or all men are like this. So I want to talk small about that because it happens every day.
Yeah.
These are parts of the decisions that we take every single day, and some of the bigger decisions that we later take in life. Again, we can talk about relationship. So man just they jump, like they know they assess. Because for them, nice wedding dress, flower, cake, me group, me waiting, they all get for come battle me. That's all they're looking at. But do you know an aspect of getting married or getting into a serious relationship? You need counseling.
A lot.
And a lot of young people that get married these days, they don't do counseling. They've never even heard of counseling.
Don't even try that.
Yeah, because the counseling allows you to assess your relationship and also like look at critical things as happen in your relationship, and a third person who's usually the pastor will be able to advise. And so it helps you to rethink, like, do I really want to get with this person? Do I really want to get married to this person? We're laying all our cards out on the table. We're being frank and clear. Do I still want to get married to this person? But we don't do that. It's after we're married, when you're in the house, now you want to do that. No, it's too late. Because you had seen the red flags, you skipped. You went to the wedding day, you skipped. You've entered the home, you skipped. Now you're living life and you're like, oh crap, yeah, maybe this is not the right person. And then at the end of the day, we've seen it severally in Sierra Leone. Facebook marriage. 1 year.
Also the glamour.
Yes.
When you check the person in Facebook by
all my pictures on the
yes.
Always is painful.
I mean, they advertise these things to it. Where they partner, they not tell we.
They left us out.
They left us out of it. Can you imagine? We are part of it. You know, one thing I noticed really is when these, especially the women folk, when it's time for marriage, all you're thinking of is the wedding. Like, I have had the opportunity to counsel ladies over and over. At times, I think it's a waste of time. You don't really get through to them. At that point, you may be seeing the red flags as the pastor. You have spoken to these people, and you're not trying to bring this lady's mind. Are you sure about this? One particular lady, I actually I said, how you want to marry this man? Pastor, the man want to travel, just alone marry no more one time before they travel.
Let's see you.
I say, wait, when you can't tell me about this marriage now, for help you in your decision making, or for just know. Yeah. You know, so many of them just notify you that they are coming to get married. They are not actually seeking counsel.
Yeah.
And I tell people when they married, one of the key things you look out for in making a decision for marriage, one of the key things is if, number one, this may partner yawa one can settle with. So does he or she have some, especially the woman, look in the area of the man. If he has somebody who can tell him sit down. If he doesn't have that, that goes both ways, but more especially for the man. If he doesn't have someone who can tell him sit down, and he sits down, that's a dangerous man. That's a dangerous man to be with. Every other factor considered, this one is very, very important. Because as you go on, you're going to discover things. You're going to need somebody who has a man under authority is a man under control. A man without authority is a man without control. You can't control such a man. And so just run, the guy is cute, he gets six pack, you know, you get beer. And you know, and all these things. If he's not under authority, he's a dangerous man. It's such a dangerous man. I can assure you, before I married, I was looking for a few things. When it's time for marriage, the man begins to look out for very important. I was looking, number one, I'm a pastor, of course, so I was looking for God-feariness and the person loving God by themselves, not because of me. Exactly. Many women will come because I was a pastor before getting married. And so they will come and try to pretend. So I was looking for somebody who naturally loved God and had a history of that, of loving God and serving God without me involved. So my wife fit that. I was looking for a woman that was industrious. Industrious. I was looking for a woman that was also resourceful, you know. And I looked at all of these things, beautiful and all these other things. That's beauty. You know. So but also a woman that's submissive, that takes correction. You know, everybody can change. So no matter how bad they may seem, are they willing to take correction? If they are not willing to take correction, you are over this one thing over and over and over and over and over and again. It's a sign. It's a dangerous sign. Can they take correction? And so, would they make decisions many of the times, or would they think about now the wedding? External. The wedding, how my clothes get for tan, I will get for do the wedding party, and you know, I want to get the best wedding dress, but nobody will ever get it. Sister, that's just one day. As beautiful as that day is, the memory of that day will only continue to be sweet if the marriage itself is sweet. So no matter how beautiful you make that day look, if you don't make investments into ensuring that the marriage itself is a sweet experience, which means you have to take counsel, which means you have to look, is this the kind of man that I can live with? All the traits that he expresses, is he loving enough? Is he considerate? Is he gentle? if you don't look out for those things and you're just excited about marriage, now the man they don't smart. They don't know now say the woman they want married. I said I want married you.
I'm a fiancé.
They give ring. And then give ring, they finish you, and then it broke me heart. You took your heart and gave it to a man.
And so
even God said, guard your heart with all diligence. And you took it and gave it to a man. No, that's the outcome.
Daniel, what about for like young people and being flimsy? I would say like being flimsy with the decisions them would they can make, would it actually shape them in the long run? Decisions of what they want to achieve out of life, decisions as to where they're at financially.
Take it casually.
Like our young force. Then they iboku. So like it's a very flimsy way to make a decision, to feel that you have time to undo all the mistakes that you have made. And there's this huge part of dependency. And as Sierra Leoneans, we can talk and boku, but every day we display them. Like we talk and we agree, say like we very dependent. But how for come up under dependency now? We're not willing to because I don't want to do act and I don't want to do hard work. I want the easy way out. And when you actually go through life, there's no easy paths. There's no easy paths. So why do young people want it to be that way? Or why do people want it to be like that when that's not the truth of the matter? And then at the end of the day, your expectations are not met because you expectation too high. Wouldn't it be nice if we all be one for go college, you get a pussy where they sponsor you, where they give you all what you want, they give you lunch, you dress. Wouldn't it be nice? That's really like, think about it logically.
Like that
wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if things went perfectly? But it doesn't.
That's not life.
And that's not the reality of what we're living in. Part of what we're living in is making the decision and a choice that I am not going to take decisions that would reshape me into something I don't want to be later or to be labeled as that later. And so young people are not thinking about that. They just want the easy, soft life. Then one come out, then one come out, go party, go club, get the person where they write for them, get the person where they write in dissertation. The only thing the person not going to enter the exam hall, now they the problem, they no more. But apart from that, everything else they're willing to do because if only it can just be that like way, that. Just be so easy. Yes.
Well, for change, now something we really at or take a new turn. Just remember one day we will go church. I don't drive each day up gone. I realized that I forgot some of the equipment in movie for Corona Church. I had to turn back for can where God reach. It was a difficult decision.
You're almost there.
I was almost there. I had to take that turn. But this is what I know Satan does. The devil is very crafty. The fallen angels, them we can down, we God drive na heaven, they not multiply. They are still the same. So what they do is that whatever mindset we are seeing now, then just need for injector at the first generation. All waiting they need the first generation for them for believe that kind of mindset there. So they only need the first generation believer and take on to the second to by the fourth. It's already
it's finished.
It's a culture. They just feel like a way of life. So you see this subject of laziness, want everything easy within that's a salon. Now use salon as an example. You get we they see all over the country. It has been passed from one generation to another. So as of now, people take a number. There was a young man in my community some years ago. Every other day at the Kana Junction, this young man want 5 million. This young man want 5 million. So one day I call him. I say, "Me man, I'm not able to this. I'm not like So what I'll do for you, I know people. I grew up in this industrial estate in Wellington. Natco Day, Rainbow Factory Day, Brewery Day. So I get somebody will be the Natco Factory. Go talk to the person. Bring this young person for Lake Cam. That's for 1 week. The next week, the man called me. I didn't see this boy again. No. to Wellington and meet Ibobana Junction. Mindset problem. Because he has been programmed to believe that I know the kind you say. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to
wake up early.
Wake up early, do this thing, go the extra mile. For make sure say I will achieve. I just feel like, let me live the easy life. I mean, big, get me 5 loaves, buy bread, sit down at junction, talk about with people, go club, you know, get girlfriend. Get me spots, me basic room, I get me bed, I let me phone na God. Mindset. It's a mindset problem. You know, when Paul was talking to the people in Romans, chapter 12, verse 2, he said, be ye transformed. After he said, do not be conformed to the patterns of this world. He said, be ye conformed by waiting. So it has to start with the mind. It has to start with the mind. I'm telling you, by the grace of God, we just pray that all of these things we're saying, we have people that are listening
yes,
to make the change. Because you cannot really change if you are not willing to transform your mind. If you might not, you know, what happened so to that young man, he was in a process for make the change, but he decided for come back by saying, no, I choose. I choose to be this way. And, I stick by it. So, you know, it starts there, willing enough to know that, okay, I have made mistakes over the years. Then now I accept it. I want to make a change. I am willing to make a decision that is going to change this pattern of my life. So if you always figure out, say, anytime you get money, quick money don't know your hand. It happen 1, 2, 3, 4. The first ever open bank account, I was so excited. I was barely 17, 18 there about. Go put first 100,000 in a bank. Feel excited. By the time the weekly dollar, I go put So for a couple of years, I think 2-3 years, I figured out not the same thing no more. Money in the account. I go be so excited for go deposit because that thing I'm proud that I don't open account. I go put money by the time I don't go pull. I don't bag. I got money in account. I go pull. Then, one of the things I want to advise people, and I feel like if it has worked for me, I believe it can work for people. Knowledge. I start going for financial education books. Started reading books that will help me change my mindset about money. When I started learning and reading those books, the Rich Dad Poor Dad, the how to get rich, I get different books. And when I started reading, and I started seeing that my mindset started changing. So, firstly, my desire for money die. I started seeing money differently. I started seeing money differently as just a result for value.
Thank you.
When I saw it, I saw myself as the money first of all. I just see the paper as just a legal tender by the government for appreciate the value I they give. You understand? When I change the old notes, you take the old notes today and go to the market. It's not valuable anymore. So the paper is not actually the value. It's you. So the first thing where any person need for begin to go in for knowledge. You understand? Such a podcast like this. Then they on the social media, go and listen over and over. You know, go for podcasts, go for a book review, book summaries on YouTube, on Facebook.
Even TikTok,
TikTok now.
Yes.
TikTok, and then a short video there. I followed the guy recently. He just give his business tips, short one, but so deep and meaningful. And when he does it, you know, I will put it as my favorite, like it, download it.
Come back.
So in case we phone loss, I don't you know, because I want to always make sure that I go in mind. Unless our mindsets change, our decision making,
will not change.
our position making, the position we're in will not change. So it has to go back to the mind. When we start, you know, yearning for a change of mind, you know, just like what I say, you don't find out, say, every now and then, money as you can yarn, poop, it don't done. You don't mean at the beginning, I don't know this money done on myself. There is something missing that is called knowledge. We for transform this your mind. We were talking earlier about. I wanted to talk about self gratification. You want for please yourself now. You want to make everything happen now. Just they go to the same. Me say they use bike. And I'm telling what put me 3 liter, bra.
Take you go far.
It go to me far. Not like I cannot buy a car if I want to. But what would I do to me? It go to me, don't say, tell me recover. Don't say, who I want to please. So these are all the gratifications that we must kill. We must down them from now. And as we go in life, you know that when you grow, as you grow in knowledge, grow in mindset, there are things. There are certain times and I would have plenty money in my bank account. But I don't even remember say I get money. I don't even remember because of how my mindsets don't go over time. If I want to buy credit, the finance are not already. I watch time, bank still okay. Go we don't sleep. I feel good. I'm in the bank. But now when God don't help me for going, man, I don't even like the bank. I don't like, but so most of the time, in fact, I do this, I get this ATM with Naya Wola, because I know for I want to enter a bank for the people and feel like you're saying me entering the bank. So you see, with time, the mindset grows, so my financial capacity grow because my mind change. You understand? So just like what you say, they buy iPhone. I talk one time, I post one thing on TikTok. You're telling me you are broke, then you have iPhone 15.
Yeah.
What are you doing? They can't make to me. You get Samsung. Go sell your iPhone, buy item, then the change you use on iPhone. Yes.
You invest in
So
this.
these are the simple things we should do for able to make we change we position, change with decision making. Then little thing and day, you get small money no more, you don't want a big restaurant.
Don't
buy. You people now also you cook small. But because you want to satisfy the people that really watch you. You go post, I'm a basher, I'm in blue, I'm in this, I'm in that. So let everybody see you. Have fine clothes today. You know, you don't post them. Let everybody know, say, oh, today this guy wore blah 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 blah. You know, all of these things. They're just self gratification we need for kill.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We need for kill, you know. Yeah, that's what I would say.
I think one last thing maybe we just want to switch in is at times we get for be willing for start low.
Humble beginnings. Thank you.
You know, because if we not get that desire, you might wait for too long. A lot of guys where they wait with degrees, they're still waiting for a job. You know, recently I said to some of my boys in the church, "Una all learn how for ride keke. I dey buy keke for una. Una know how much money keke man they make." One, I interviewed a couple of them. I bought kekes. I was going to buy more, but the bobo didn't not sabi it. One bobo they make more than 1,000 leons a day.
A day, yeah.
At least they get. The guy told me when he doesn't make money at all, he gets 700,000. That's after he has given job money. He owns it. After I don't give job money, he don't take care of all. He don't give ususu. He still can save 700 leons a day. Which office work gives you that?
No.
Except you are involved in corruption. You see, and yet. Young men are seated, then they wait for job. Look at money wasting.
That is shame.
When you go, you say, so what I did was I bought the one. I started to ride it just to give my boys some confidence. I hold it for then at that time 1 or 2 get confidence. Pastor don't do this. And when I ride like 1 or 2 hours, believe this, I make something like 300 leons within 2 hours. Within 2 hours. Yes. Something like 300 leons.
And daily wage alone, according to minimum wage, now like less than 100,000. I'm just letting you know. That in an 8-hour shift.
Yes.
If they pay you minimum wage,
yes.
Now less than 100,000 versus you said 2 hours.
2 hours. I don't get up to 300,000. With keke.
Compare.
And people are seated and they wait for late and get one government job. Okay, I know say you want the government job. Start there.
Yes.
Maybe when you begin making that money, then you might not need the government.
Exactly.
Embrace the process. That's
exactly.
It.
One for go through some of our messages very quickly. We don't come to the end of the program. I will get a message from Amara Barcelona. We say good morning, manager, and good morning to the studio guests and to all that's listening and viewing across. And he says, very interesting and worth listening conversation indeed. Thumbs up. And he says, I'm following live from my hometown. He's from McKinney, by the way. And he says, choice is something you want and like doing, while decision is the action you take to accomplish that your choice. For every choice in life, I believe decision taking is the most important aspect, because choice... Wow, the message jumped a little bit. We get another message, sorry. Okay, so he says, James, sorry, I'm moving on from that. James... we have a comment from Voice of Mashaka that says, loving this program, keep pushing. We have another message from James, and he says, blessed morning, a beautiful topic. Decisions define destiny, so always think twice before making your decisions. We got a thumbs up from Esther Fauna, and that's all the comments that we have today. We hope you've had a beautiful and wonderful time here on Radio Fry Fry, and that we've encouraged you today to rethink some of the decisions and choices that are available to you that you make on a day-to-day basis. Again, we say decisions and choices are made on a daily basis. It could be small things like what you wear, how you talk, how you spend your money, and then to bigger things like what do you want to do in life, what do you want to invest your money in. Those are bigger decisions. But just like our guests are saying, sometimes it takes starting from a small place to really understand what it means to make a big decision at the end of the day. So we hope that chapter 11 has been worthwhile listening to on Radio Fry Fry, that when you're writing on your journal, that you're going to rethink how you make your choices and decisions in life, and you'd see that the outcome of what you experience will be completely different to whatever decisions you've been making before. We've had a lovely time with our guests. If you just want to say just one word of advice, I mean, you've summarized already, but just one word of advice to anybody that's listening and struggling to make a choice in life.
I would say your choices will eventually become your destination. So think twice before you make any choice.
Yeah. I would just say embrace the process each and take it one day at a time. Just make sure that the focus is in the ball, and you make sure that you walk towards it every other day to achieve it.
Thank you so much for those lasting words. We hope you've had a beautiful time. Continue to listen to Radio Fry Fry. We are the home of great music. Stay blessed.
Bless.